What I have is a cabinet that are united united in the mission of this government, Andrew, and that's what you will see this week.
A nest of singing birds.
United in a mission to build a country that works for everyone, and agreed on the approach that we take in Florence.
Let's get thoughts of Simon French. He's the chief economist at Panmure Gordon. A nest of singing birds with one enormous cuckoo and a whole variety of vultures who are setting their red lines. I think she could just be talking a little bit about her foreign secretary. Is Boris Johnson unsackable? She tittered when she was asked that question. And I mean, she tittered, which is a bizarre response. Is Johnson unsackable? Should she sack him and be done with him?
She can't politically sack him at this stage. She hasn't got the parliamentary majority to have Boris Johnson's supporters causing problems for her. She's got a lot of knife-edge votes to win over the next 18 months. And therefore, I think she's stuck with her three. I think it's more a menagerie, actually, than a nest of singing birds. And there are a number of animals, bird-like and otherwise, who sit in there. But you think of three. You think of Liam Fox, the International Trade Minister. You think of Boris Johnson, the Foreign Secretary. And you think of David Davis, the Brexit Secretary. And those three are unsackable while we're still, in the UK, working towards a transition deal and an exit agreement, because otherwise you put them on the back benches and they pontificate from back there that this is what I've done, this has been not being true to Brexit. That causes her more problems. Simple answer, I don't think they're sackable at this stage.
I think we're going to hear from all of them this week. In fact, I think all of them are on for a Brexit special tomorrow, so we'll hear.
You're on for a very special couple of days.
Yes, and I'll be up there in Manchester to cover some of it. I'm fascinated by your base case, Simon. Your base case here is that May and Hammond go on until the first quarter of 2019, and then they go, which is, just to remind everybody, just before the Brexit deadline of March 2019, and they go because the exit deal doesn't get passed through Parliament.
Correct.
I mean, that opens up a whole load of questions. Does that mean you're assuming that we crash out, that there is no deal?
I think it's probably the most likely outcome right now. And the reason I say that is not because I don't think Theresa May and her Brexit team will get a deal. I just don't think the Parliament will support it for two reasons.
Even if the alternative is no deal?
That's correct.
Right.
For two reasons. First of all, you have the Labour Party who will be, and they already are, you saw at their conference last week, smelling the opportunity of an early general election on which they could seize power and say, look, we could go back to Europe and get something different, go back to the country and get something different domestically. And then you have the interesting prospect of an unholy alliance with the hard Brexiteers who do not want to transition, who do not want a soft version, an EFTA-type model, a Swiss plus Canadian CETA. They just want crashing straight out and self-determination. If they vote in Parliament alongside Labour and potentially the SNP, that is a critical mass of politicians to force the UK out with no deal.